Welcome to the Living in Salida podcast, a podcast that offers insights into the charm and reality of living, working, and playing in the small mountain town of Salida, Colorado. I'm your host, Monica McCarthy, a realtor that specializes in buying and selling in the Salida, Colorado area. In addition to helping people buy and sell property here, I love connecting with the wonderful people of our community, learning about their experiences in our town, and sharing their little slices of life in Salida with you. Today we're going to be talking about the theater and art scene in Salida, Colorado. For a rural mountain town of roughly 6,000 to 7,000 people, Salida offers a fairly robust theater and art scene here. We have several venues that host live theater performances throughout the year, several theater companies that put on performances, and even a theater festival in the fall that's grown in recent years. And with me today to talk about theater in Salida is Jan Justis. Jan comes to Salida with an impressive career creating dance and theater in New York, Chicago, and Colorado. Her lengthy resume includes performing classical ballet internationally, co-founding and directing the Denver-based Jan Justis Dance Company, where she directed and choreographed over 30 plays and musicals, and working as a dance and theater educator for multiple universities, conferences, and festivals. Among her accolades, Jan was recognized as one of Colorado's Legends of Dance from the Dance Archive at the University of Denver, and in 2022, she founded Justis Theater Works. She currently teaches dance in Chaffee County for people living with Parkinson's and other mobility issues, and her most current project is directing with the Salida Theater Project. And we'll talk more about that today. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So where I like to start this podcast is really just starting with your Salida origin story. How did you discover this lovely place and make it your home? What brought you here?
It is a story.
Okay, please tell.
I'm married to a teacher in the public schools formerly before we retired, and we just decided to do a getaway.
Okay.
We were in Denver 30 years teaching, and we did a getaway to Salida.
Okay.
Just like a Airbnb, few days, and my husband's a cyclist, and he wanted to find a place to land in the summer for a few weeks. Okay. It was all maybe off the radar, so he could train in the mountains.
Gotcha.
That was the plan.
What year was this?
This was 2008.
Okay.
2008.
Okay.
Recession.
Important. Yeah. No, these are
real details.
Recession. I remember
that. We went into a realty office, said, this is what we're looking for. And the realtor said, we don't have anything. There's nothing. But here's something that just came up that is for sale. And we were like, wait, we're not interested, but we had just sold a property in Boulder.
Oh, okay.
And we kind of knew in the back of our minds, we just said we're not interested.
Sure.
Left and went and looked at it. It was a house in Pinion Hills.
Oh,
it was
a
lovely property, and a single wide or double wide was on it.
Okay.
Old,
Okay.
But long story short, we bought it.
Okay. So
we put money down on it and drove back to Denver going, I can't believe we just did that.
What did we just do?
We just did that. And lived there for the summer, the next following summer, because that was January, February. And we lived there the following summer and decided we're retiring here.
Oh, okay.
Because he retired 2009, I retired 2010.
Okay.
And there were long careers. We worked very, very hard. That's basically what I just did. I can't believe I had 2 kids in the midst of it.
Yeah. Just a lot. Sounds like you're busy.
They didn't get a lot of attention.
You have quite the career. Yeah, I didn't even mention all the things there. She's got a long
resume. And our older son's a teacher.
Okay.
He loves his career. He's in Aurora Public Schools.
Oh, okay.
And our younger son's an engineer.
Okay, so it sounds like you did pretty well.
Yeah, I didn't really encourage him going into the arts.
Okay.
I just know too many people that are struggling so hard.
Yeah, to make it a career at least, yeah.
To make it a career.
Sure. So you came, let's see, so you came into, or you bought in 2008, and then at what point did you live here full time? Because you were still in Denver then, right?
2010, we scraped that house and
built
a modular home.
Okay.
Great Western.
Great.
Built our home, and we love it. We still love it. 15 years later, we still love it.
That's awesome. Good.
Yeah, it was perfect. We built a retirement home on one level.
Yeah, I mean, that actually, yeah, the single story homes tend to be more coveted just because of that, you know, because you're not dealing with stairs and all of that. So that's smart to kind of thinking ahead. And so sounds like, so you decided to move here to retire.
So that was Salida, retired. Yeah. Stage Left Theater Company was going great guns, led by Greg West.
Okay.
But he, unbeknownst to most of us, really wanted to move to Denver and pursue an acting career.
Okay.
And we did some projects together, and then I was kind of left as artistic director of Stage Left Theater Company. Gotcha. And Greg went and had his career in Denver. So a lot of people don't know that that history. That was it was a big deal because I'd had no experience with community theater.
Oh, gotcha. So did you join that theater program as soon as you moved here then? Was that kind of one of the first Salida
Yeah, I met the people involved. That was around the time Devin Jenks moved here.
Okay.
But I didn't have experience with community theater. It's
Gotcha.
A different beast. It's really different than professional and educational
that you were
theater.
Previously
I was used to making my living doing, using my training, doing that. In community theater, it was explained to me by some of the staff, and there was no paid staff.
Sure,
that we just want to see our friends on stage.
Yeah.
And so I got it. I understood this is the goal. It's not the goal I'm used to, but we still did some wonderful work. I met some wonderful people that are still friends.
Yeah, and so that was, because when did that company dissolve? It was, what, 2017?
I want to say 14 or 15.
Oh, okay. I feel like it was still going on.
It went from my hands.
When I moved here in 2017.
Devin Jenks was their artistic director for a while.
Okay.
But theater companies tend to have a director of development, a grant writer.
Gotcha.
This is what's
so it kind of fizzled out a little bit.
Yeah. Still struggle, even with an infrastructure that is just supporting. And then there's the artists. Creed just lost their National Endowment grant, which is very, very important. But that's our current administration too.
Sure. Yeah. So well, that's a topic we might not get into today.
No, let's not do that.
Let's not do that. Let's focus on some theater in Salida. But so you came to Salida, got involved in the theater community for a few years with the Stage Left Theater Company, and then so I know you've done. Well, actually, I want to talk to you a little bit more about like what your experience was when you first got here versus because. Okay, so 2008, you've been here for several years. You've been seeing, a lot of changes and everything. So it sounds like you decided it was a good place to retire. You're here full time now, right? Yep. Give me a little insight into just how, what, besides the mountain biking, like what else about Salida made you want to choose this place to retire?
Actually cycling, we used to have a cycling group.
Okay.
Associated with Absolute Bikes, a steady group was the same people.
Okay.
And we'd have a weekly Sunday ride, and that is kind of, fizzled out. Salida is kind of a work in progress. There's always motion going on, changes, people moving in, people moving out, people passing away. It's something I really like about it, but it requires adjustment. It requires, the rule of yes in theater improv, where we're always saying, Yes, and
that's the improv key, right?
and we go with whatever.
Just go with it, right?
happens.
Yeah. That's a good attitude to have. I like that because we are a growing, changing community, and I know there's a lot of opinions about that, and there's a lot of people coming here, and I like the yes and perspective.
I choose to see the upside. For a while in our neighborhood in Pinion Hills, we didn't see a school bus.
Mm.
I mean that's because younger people couldn't afford to live there.
Yeah.
Or they wanted to move on to other opportunities, and now the school buses are back.
Yeah, there's a lot of families in Salida
because we have families. They're working remotely from home, and there are kids.
Yeah,
too. The families having kids.
Yeah, I actually have a friend that lives there in Pinion Hills with her family. So yeah, there's a lot of that. That's a nice community, just a few minutes outside of town. Beautiful views.
Absolutely.
So if you're thinking of looking in Salida, that's a nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
But I digress. So let's talk a little bit about the theater scene here. So, we talked about the production company or theater company that you were involved with when you first got here. But what about now? So we talked about the company that you started somewhat recently in the last few years. So tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. Well, I'm going to back up just a little bit.
Please do.
Just personally, Stage Left Theater Company allowed me to get back on stage.
Okay.
Have some good direction and good challenges. Always warm audiences. Not huge, but really supportive.
Okay.
Because I hadn't been performing. I'd been doing a lot of directing.
Okay.
And I built several dance programs in the Cherry Creek schools.
Okay.
And Denver Public. I was at East High School in Denver Public.
Okay.
But I wasn't actively auditioning and performing in Denver.
Okay.
I was directing my own company until, oh man, I can't even remember.
That's okay.
That was until the late '90s.
Okay.
Until the late '90s. That's became too much.
Sure.
The full-time. Once I went full-time from half-time teaching, I was in the schools, and running a company and teaching company class. That was just
and
having two kids.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's a lot. Yeah.
So that. Then the transition to Salida, I was able to get back on stage. That was a thrill.
Yeah.
For me.
So how many years had it been for you at that point since you had been on stage?
The focus of my career has not been straight theater.
Because it was dance, really.
So
to start, right?
it was dance. So a lot of my work is modern. I'm classically trained, but modern dance.
Okay.
And invention.
Okay.
And abstract level, very athletic, a lot of partnering, a lot of work with original sound scores, collaborating with musician composers, that kind of thing. So I just I thrive on that kind of work. But then going back to working with scripts that came from somewhere else, that's different. It's just different. I'm exploring that. Mm-hmm. What was the last question you asked?
Well, I was just asking about, how long it had been since you were on stage, but I guess you hadn't really.
Oh,
been.
And you asked about Justice Theater Works. Justice Theater Works is just a different name from Jan Justis Dance Company, which is somewhat limited.
Okay.
And that was around for 12 years.
Okay.
And I just changed the name to Justice Theater Works.
Okay.
So it just allows me to, whatever I'm doing, I can apply for grant money. And right now, the only project I'm doing through Justice Theater Works is the Chafee Dance for Parkinson's.
Okay. Tell us more about that. That sounds really fascinating.
This was something that I watched. It's a friend of mine's company in Boulder. And I watched a class.
Okay.
And absolutely fell in love with what they were doing. They had a group of people that had Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, mobility issues, whatever, caregivers, spouses, all in the room with volunteers and a teacher, and they're all dancing.
Wow.
And I just realized this is awesome. I want to learn more about this. And coincidentally, 3 months later, the founder of the program came and taught a 2-day workshop. The program is at the Mark Morris Dance Group in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And it's full-blown, classes every day, video classes. And I got to take 2 days with that, learn a lot about Parkinson's.
Yeah.
Had to pass an online course through the UK. So I feel like I know enough, and the neurologist that I know here in town has sent people to me.
That's great.
When she diagnoses, she just sends people, and I didn't think I'd enjoy it this much.
Yeah, well, it sounds like that would be really rewarding, because, wouldn't that help them keep their mobility for longer? And what explain the benefits of it? I'm making assumptions.
At the cellular level, the music and movement. Mm-hmm. I kind of knew this on an instinctual level, but being told this scientifically, music, movement, rhythm, we associate in our brain, and we can do more physically as a result.
Wow.
So I'm using, you should see my playlists. I've got greatest hits from the 60s and 70s, and classical, you name it. We dance to it.
That's awesome. So what do you feel like the people who take that class with you, what kind of feedback are you getting? What kind of reactions are you getting?
My favorite is this gentleman who, two things. He has his own business, professional tree mitigation, and has Parkinson's. And his second class with me, he pointed out that I did not play Pachelbel's Canon in D, which was the opening song last week. And then I just had a whole new appreciation for, wow. And then that was like a year ago. And recently he said to me, I had to change a light bulb and reach over my head to change the light bulb, which I physically couldn't do before. Mm-hmm. We're talking just basic around the house stuff.
Wow.
He said, I can do that now, and I really think it's because of all the stretching that we're doing here in joint work and that kind of thing.
That's amazing.
It's nice to get feedback like that.
Yeah, well, it just sounds really rewarding. So how would somebody find out about that if they were needing that support?
We have flyers at both the hospital and the BV clinic.
Okay.
And there is a Parkinson's support group. Okay. That meets at the hospital once a month.
Okay.
And the neurologist at the hospital send people to me.
That's great. What a great resource.
So it's just something. I guess I thrive on new things.
Yeah. It's complementary to what you previously did, but a new iteration.
I'm using everything I previously did, though.
Yeah.
For them.
That's amazing.
The latest goal is to have live music maybe once a month.
Ooh, that's cool.
And I have to give a plug to the Chaffey County Community Foundation.
Okay.
If it wasn't for the Chaffey County Community Foundation, we couldn't run this program.
And tell us about what that foundation is.
I request funding.
Okay, so it's a nonprofit in town that...
oh my gosh, they are the nonprofit that supports so many small nonprofits. Betsy Dittenber does an amazing job.
She does,
as their executive director, and we got one Salida Arts Council grant.
Okay.
Too. So it's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing what you can, right? Well, no, I love that you're kind of just we're jumping around a little bit, but I like that you're talking about just different aspects of the community. I feel like it gives a good impression of, just how the community works together to support different avenues, different types of people. There's a lot of
I want people
needs.
to know that the Brooklyn home base for Parkinson's is funded by Johnson & Johnson and many other corporate funding sources. But it's really nice. We're the 5th program in the state of Colorado in Dance for Parkinson's. So I'm just really proud that we have regular 10 people coming to class every week.
Every week, wow, that's awesome. That sounds special. Well then, okay, so we said we were going to talk a little bit more about theater and Salida. So I mentioned, there's a lot of different theater companies, and there's venues in town that host various theater performances and things. So tell us a little bit about the ones you've been involved with recently, and then the one that you're working on right now too.
Okay, that's Salida Theater Project.
That's a lot of, okay.
That's a very special
project. Talk about Salida Theater Project then.
I am not in any kind of administrative decision-making, position with it, but they have really moved ahead with Devin Jenks, Casper, as their executive producer, director. Leslie Matthews is their board president, and they have a solid board, and they are fundraising and moving ahead, and just I think I've gone to see just about everything they've produced, and every single one is excellent.
Well, they just put on. Help me out here. The one
they put on Barefoot in the Park.
Thank you. Yeah, I just saw that one a few weeks ago. So at H Church. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, they're mostly small cast. These are not real large cast, but there really is a lot of talent here.
There really is
in the valley.
I mean, for being a small area, not only do we have these options for theaters, but we also have really talented people putting on these shows.
A lot of us came from somewhere else and got our training somewhere else. However, not everyone.
Sure.
And there's a wonderful company called Fantastic. Which does musicals. And I watched their artistic director grow up here. She was on stage, and she got great training and just stepped into this role as an artistic director, which blew me away.
Wow.
Most of us did not imagine that at such a young age.
Yeah.
But she's doing it, and she's doing a good job.
Yeah, and there's a performance every quarter or so? I don't want to say frequently enough.
I'm real familiar with it. I know that she fills the steam plant and does popular Disney musicals.
I took my son to see Lion King a few months ago when they put that on, and he loved it. It was they had a kid performance with kid actors, and then another one with adult actors.
That's amazing.
So, and the kids were fantastic. So there's clearly some amazing talent and professionals training these kids as well in this town. Yeah.
So our granddaughter's Little Mermaid.
Oh, I didn't get to see that one, but I heard that one was really good. Lovely. Yeah, that's right. They did Little Mermaid and Lion King, kind of. So yeah, that's.
Yeah, so it's right now is a time, I think, of exploration for the performing arts community here. New challenges. One of the challenges is the facility.
Okay. We
have a large, perfectly appropriate for the population here, 250-seat theater. When we moved here, we bought one of the bricks in the courtyard, so our names were...
Are you talking about the steam plant?
At the steam plant, yeah. And then they all got wiped away. And we all contributed to the new seating, the new reupholstery for the seating in the theater. And they got a projection screen so they could
become a nice
show
venue.
movies.
Yeah.
And there's a backstage area and toilets, and it's wonderful. Mm-hmm. And they're working on making it affordable. Mm. It's not there. Okay. It's not there. Because some of us do smaller theater productions that aren't going to fill 250 seats.
Gotcha.
Over, a 3, 4 more night, day run. Gotcha. So that's the business of theater that has to be discussed. It has to be looked at. Sure. Clearly, cold light of day. This is what we're doing, and what are we bringing to our community? Yeah. And the Salida Theater Project, I think, is doing a broad range of thought-provoking work. Okay. I really enjoyed, like you, Barefoot in the Park, which was early 60s when Neil Simon wrote that. Mm-hmm. And just a year ago, or last fall, the Salida Theater Festival produced Brighton Beach Memoirs, another Neil Simon play that is autobiographical in nature. Mm-hmm. So that's an educational opportunity for our community, to say, I have seen 2 Neil Simon plays, major works.
I actually saw that one too. So,
there you go.
Yeah. So there's some thought-provoking work out there and some good theater. Tell us about the one that you're directing.
Okay.
Don't forget to plug that for us.
I am directing a production of Still Alice.
Okay.
Which a lot of people know, and when I mentioned that to people, they say, "Oh yeah, I saw that movie." And there is a movie with Julianne Moore and Alec Baldwin, mm-hmm. but after the novel was written and published in 2012, I think, by Lisa Genova, the Looking Glass Theater in Chicago, one of their members, got the rights to do a play, to write a play based on the novel. Okay. And that's what I am doing. That's what I'm directing. Okay. And we're cast. We start rehearsals May 13th, and the play goes up June 20th through the 22nd. Okay. The theme of the play is early onset Alzheimer's and how that affects a family. Pretty high level educational family. The husband is a research scientist. Alice, the woman who is diagnosed, she is a cognitive psychology professor at Harvard. Wow. When she gets this diagnosis. But wow. my favorite part of this play is a character called herself. Okay. She's a separate person, and she's going to be wonderful because Devon Jenks is playing her. Okay. It's a wonderful cast, the whole cast. But herself is the inner thoughts and feelings of Alice. Okay. And there's comedy relief, believe it or not, because of herself. Okay. And
sounds like you'd need that in that topic.
Absolutely.
It's a pretty serious topic, yeah.
Absolutely, but at the same time, it's the most common thing. There's no one who auditioned for me for the play that didn't have a story to tell. Mm. My grandma.
Sure,
my friend's father.
I have people in my family. Most people do, yeah.
We all went through that. I know with my mother really challenged my ability to say yes and theater improv when she was in decline mentally. Oh yeah,
and that's a challenge. Yeah,
very happy. This play was really successful in Chicago with Looking Glass Theater. Okay. And then after that, Hollywood producers had a screenplay written, and a star vehicle for Hollywood film. But that's how most people know it.
Yeah, but it was a play before it was a movie, is what you're saying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And I've seen Looking Glass Theater before, and they're just excellent.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I'm excited to
I'm
produce
excited
it
that we get that. And so, Salida gets some really great theater, pretty frequently here. So I'm excited. How can people find out about when that one's going to be available in
There
town?
will be posters all over. I know the Salida Theater Project is really good at promo.
Okay, good. So we'll have some information maybe on their website.
Posters already been designed. It'll be all over. It'll be at a church.
Okay.
Opening June 20th.
Okay.
And 21st at 7 p.m. And on the 22nd at 3 p.m., Sunday the 22nd, the play will be performed, final performance, followed by a panel discussion with a neurologist,
Oh, okay.
spouse, caregiver, and audience question and answer.
Oh, wow. So
I
bringing it
don't-
right back to the community.
I don't know what that's going to really look
Yeah, that'll be
like.
fascinating.
I've seen this done in Boulder
Okay.
once, and it was really great. It was
Like bringing the audience into it, yeah. Do you feel like there's a good, just in general, Salida receiving the theater warmly here? Like, what would you say
Yes.
the sentiment here is?
unequivocally yes.
It seems like there is a lot of support. I mean, I've only been to a handful of plays, and I haven't put on any myself, so I don't know, from that perspective. But it seems like for being
It's
such a
range.
small community, there's a good amount of support here from the community to support theater.
When we first were here, I mentioned that we lived here this summer after we bought this property.
Mm-hmm.
And during that summer, there was a production of Lysistrata that Greg West directed.
Okay.
And my husband, myself, and our son went to see it. And I'm an audience watcher. I can't help it. It's just what I do. Okay. And the play's going on, and they're doing fine, And I'm like looking around, seeing who comes to the theater in Salida, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Who are these people? And it didn't take long to figure out there is a cultured people who are used to having the input of live performance here in our community.
Yeah. I love that.
Early on, for me, I mean, that was like the first summer we were here.
Yeah, good first impression. It feels like it's maintained. Well, thank you for being such an amazing part of our theater community here in Salida.
As long as I can keep doing it.
Yeah. Well, we're happy to have you. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. Let's see. Well, again, I'm Monica McCarthy. I'm a realtor who specializes in Salida and surrounding areas. And if you're interested in connecting with me, whether it be to buy or sell a home here or about being on this podcast, all of my contact information is in the show notes. And if you like this podcast, I invite you to please share it with a friend or someone you think might be interested. You can learn more about Salida, Colorado and real estate market here on my YouTube channel as well, also called Living in Salida, Colorado. Thank you for listening and take care.